Well, welcome back once again to JJ's PC Builds. Today it's graphics card nightmares. And before we get started, just to let you know, Computex is going to be starting off in Taiwan on June the 2nd. And it looks like it's going to be rolling all the way past June the 2nd to June the 7th. But it does start on the 4th, but it looks like NVIDIA is going to be doing something on the 2nd over there. AMD on the 3rd and Intel on the 4th of June. So we got a busy week ahead of us. I don't see any of the big reviewers going over there too. I just see some of the medium-sized reviewers going over there. I haven't heard nothing about Linus Tech Tips going over there. I haven't heard nothing about Gamers Nexus going over there. Heard nothing about Jake's 2 Cents going over there. Haven't heard nothing. So they might show up, they might not, who knows. But we'll find out and we'll let you know as time progresses. So, but we can't go over there for the simple fact, one, I don't have a passport. And I don't have the money to go over there. But we'll try to cover as much as we can here on a live stream all the way through till Thursday. We'll try to cover as much as we can. So stick around for that. We'll have more to come about it. And I'll be putting up thumbnails on the events, what event it's going to be. I'll put it up on the thumbnail for you so you know it's going to be NVIDIA, it's going to be AMD or Intel or anything else. I'll put it on the thumbnail and also put it on the header as well and put a description on it. Let's just go ahead and get right on it and get to the good and the bad and the ugly of graphics cards. Okay, so let's see. What do they got right here? $800 for a 7900 XT, 20 gigabytes. Not a bad price. Not a bad price at all. Because if we really wanted to take a look at and see where it's at, if I remember right, I got a chart on this. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's look at the Asus TUF, and that's the 7900 XT, and they're saying $800. Okay, so this is what we're looking at, guys. We're looking at right here for $690. That was in May. Now look at it, it's at $800. So it jumped up $110. This is the reason why I like keeping the price comparison chart, is because it's accurate and I've already done all the prices with you all. So yeah, $690 and it jumped up to $800. That's a $110 jump. Wow. Let me minimize that chart. I'll keep that chart on the side. So this way we can price comparison from earlier in May. This is May the 31st, guys. This is May the 31st. So, and this was at the middle of May. So to jump up $110, that's kind of amazing. So, Asus TUF 4070 Ti Super. Okay, so we can look up the 4070 Ti Super. $790. $850. So this is a good way to do your math, but I'm gonna bring out something extra for you guys. I'm gonna bring out the calculator for you. I know you guys love the calculator. And no, I'm not gonna do a big cursor this time. So we're looking at right here the 4070 Ti Super for $850, right? And we're going to minus that from $790. Jumped up $60 compared to AMD jumping up $110 on just one graphics card. So we'll keep that in mind. So this jumped up $60. I know you probably can find it cheaper. This is just on their first page. I wanted to see what the price comparison was on the first page to the middle of this month to the end of this month. And as you can see, just with those two alone, two different companies, that graphics card prices are not dropping like I was hoping they would. Graphics card prices are not dropping like I thought they might. So, this doesn't look good. Especially when they're so close. They're so close to Computex. You would think that they would be driving prices down just to get ready for the next big thing, but obviously not. Obviously, prices are staying right where they need to be. Even higher now. So 4060, a 4060. Let's see. 4060. It's 290 and now it's 319. So you're looking at $20 more than the middle of this month. Just for this. Now you know how you price comparison. Now you know why. Now everybody sees why that, when you keep a price chart, then you know what you're dealing with. This is the 7600 XT. So we'll go to the 7600 XT. Prices have, this one went up $1. A whole $1. So, You guys get the idea. You get the idea of what's going on. And you can see it on Amazon, what's going on as well. And you ask yourself, is it a good time to buy a graphics card? I can tell you this, no. This is not a good time to buy. This is not a good time to buy any parts whatsoever for a PC. Not until after Computex. I can tell you this, if you can't wait, then I can understand. Then you got to do what you got to do. Okay, but the thing is this, if you can wait, I would. That's just me. I'm waiting for the next big thing. I'm not going to spend my money and put it into something that something bigger is coming out. Look what they did with the 4070 and the 4070 Super. Okay, 4070 is not bad because that's the only graphics card in the 40 series that has an 8-pin connector. It's the only graphics card in the whole 40 series that has the 8-pin connector. One of them. So that's what makes the 4070 unique, because it doesn't have the 12-volt high power. The 4070, you had an option. You can get it with the 12-volt high power, or you can get it with an 8-pin connector. I got mine with an 8-pin connector. So don't forget your drinking snacks, by the way. So moving on down the road. 4070 OC. Come on, guys. Just because it's got an extra fan doesn't mean it's no better than what I got right here. And if you can't see what I have, then we'll show you right here. This is 2 fans. Ain't no different than the 3 fan. The cost of this was $600. But now you can get these for $550. If you find one, you get a good deal. You find a 7800 XT for $479, $489. So depends on what you want to spend. Difference between the 7800 XT and the 4070. If I go and hit ray tracing on this DLSS 3 and hit heavy ray tracing on this, it's going to blow past the 7800 XT. We all know this. We all seen the charts. We all seen everybody benchmark and everything else and weighed it all out. It's the same, going to be the same song and dance. So moving on down the road, it seems like Amazon pretty much only pushing, the smaller cards to the front because they're trying to get rid of their stock. What happens when they start, telling everybody, hey, well, guess what? We're discontinuing a whole bunch of stock. So let's go to Newegg. and see what's cooking. And tie in graphics cards and see what they got cooking. Okay, 4070. They got a gigabyte one for $560. That's not too bad. It's not the greatest, but it's not too bad. 4090, $2,000. Oh, that's bad. 4060 Ti 16 gigabytes, $439. That's not too bad. But if you look at the 7800 XT or the 7600 XT, it's a little bit cheaper than the 4060 Ti 16 gigabytes. So, something to think about. 4080 16 gigabytes, $1,200, never changed. 4070 Super, $590, not too bad, but it's still got 12 gigabytes of VRAM, but it's not too bad. That's PNY though. Zotac got a 4070 Ti Super for $780. That's cheaper than Amazon at this point. 3060, 4070 Super, let's see, 3070, 6600 XT, 7900 GRE, 16 gigabytes. That's still $550. That's still a good deal. It's faster than the 7800 XT, and it's definitely faster than the 4070, and it keeps right up there with the 4070 Super. So for the price point, it'd actually be about $100 cheaper than the 4070 Super. So, but it does have its advantages, but it has its disadvantages as well. So all graphics cards do, so take that into consideration. But this one's got 16 gigabytes of VRAM. Take that into consideration. If you're not doing content creator work and you really don't care about ray tracing, this is the card for you right here. That's the card for you. Because for $529, I paid for a 7800 XT. And this is the 7900 GRE. This is the step up. So, keep that in mind, people. Keep that in mind. And we're moving on down the road. I'm not covering too much of those smaller cards. Somebody brought up a good point. They're not really a graphics card at that point. They're more or less like like an integrated graphics. Okay, think about it like this: anything that has 4 gigabytes of VRAM and lower is about equal to integrated graphics. That's what they were trying to tell me. I know y'all are going to disagree with that, but you know, that's what they tell me. So I hear everybody, and I hear everybody's response, and also too, I did think about it, and it kind of makes sense because, you know, on integrated graphics, you can go all the way up. Well, let me remember. The most I got at integrated graphics was 8 gigabytes of shared system RAM. I know that's not totally equal to 8 gigabytes of VRAM on a discrete card, but it is equal to about maybe close to 4 to 6 gigabytes of VRAM. Even though that it's 8 gigabytes, it's a little bit slower, so I take that into consideration. I say between 4 and 6 gigabytes. Even if you use 8. I could use 8 because I got 64 gigs of RAM. I can use all 8. I do want to see if I put 128 gigabytes of VRAM in my computer, if it moves it up a new scale to 16 gigabytes of VRAM, shared system RAM. I've been testing out the 5600G just to see how far you can take it. So, moving on. $800 for 4070 Ti Super. Oh my God. 7900 XT, $700. Prices are just within everybody's reach. They got a 4090 Supreme for $1,900. Ew. 7800 XT, $519. You're best off to go with the 7900 GRE. At that point, let's see, 4080 Super. That's just ridiculous. They should have made the 4080 Super $999. They got to squeeze a whole $20 out of it. Oh my god. Oh my god. You got a 2060. Are you all seeing this? A 2060, 12 gigabytes. EVGA 2060, 12 gigabyte XC gaming. GDR6, dual fans, 12 gigabytes, $700 for a 2060. You know that's got to be souped up for sure. Let's find out. Let's take and do a copy of this. Let's just gander a little bit. Go to paste and hit specs. And see if it's legit. See, this is how you find out if it's legit. And it looks like it is legit. Boost clock of 1680 megahertz. Memory clock 14,000 megahertz effective. CUDA cores 2,176 CUDA cores. That's sick. PCIe 3.0. So it's got 12 gigabytes of VRAM. GDR6. 192-bit bus. 336 gigabits per second. Metal backplate. Ray tracing. GeForce Ansel heights. Vulkan. OpenGL 4.6. EVGA Precision X1. Supports NVIDIA tuner encoder. NVIDIA GPU boost. 550 watts or greater power supply. It says it supports Windows 10, but I bet you it does support Windows 11 too. I bet you it does support Windows 11 as well. But it's a 2060. A 2060. 12 gigabyte. Wow. Okay, enough pondering on that. Let's move down the road. Don't want to make this a long video, but I just wanted to give you guys an insight of what that 2060 looked like. Now let's go to Micro Center and type in Micro Center. Follow along with me. Don't get lost so quick. Stick with me, and we'll get there. Everybody says I should act like a Fruit Loop, but I don't want to act like a Fruit Loop. I do enough Fruit Looping for everybody. Okay, so 4070 Super. This is available to ship 5 to 7 business days. 639. 4060, $324.99. 5 to 7 limited availability. 4070 Super Dual Evo, 609. That's basically just saying 4060 Super Dual. The same, I mean, 4070 Super, sorry, Dual Evo. That's just adding another little price point to it. For 609, ain't no different from any other 4070 Super. $599. So $10 more. That's 7900 GRE, cheaper on Newegg and Amazon maybe. 7600 XT, same price. 4070 Super Pro Art. Another little add to the name. So they add another price point onto it. So they go and add $90 to it. Not worth it. Don't like the XLR8s. 4060 Ti 8 gigabytes. Nope. $189 for a 3050 low profile. Needs no power plug. Small form factor. $190. That's if you want to go low profile. But me, Why would I cut out the performance when I can increase the size of the case? Does that make sense? Why am I going to lose performance just because of the size of my case? Doesn't make sense. Make an open air bench and build your computer on an open air bench. Then get yourself a $50 case that's got maximum airflow. Boom, you're done. Take all the fans out of your old case, put it into the new case. You know, $50. Plus you'll get all your performance and everything else. No sense of wasting performance, people. If it's not warranted, if a $50 case is holding you up, then spend the $50 on the case, increase the size to put your GPU in so you can put a bigger power supply in so you're done with it. 750 watts, 4070. That's all I needed. This power supply will run a 4070 Super. So, not too worried about that. Okay. Anything good, bad, or ugly? Nope. That's workstation. That's workstation. That's workstation. Workstation. Nope, not interested. All right, let's go through the ones that are in the Micro Center store. What they got on the first page: 4070 Super, $600. 4070 Ti Super, $800. 4080 Super, $1,000, $1,050. 4090 to $2,100. 4070 Ti Super. Now, if you shop through Micro Center, they don't have too bad of prices. I mean, it depends on what you want. I mean, some people are saying, I'd rather get 20 gigabytes of VRAM and get myself a 7900 XT. A lot of people are saying that. Or they're saying, well, I want better performance, so I'm going to get myself a 7900 GRE. Okay. You know, I mean, if you look at it, it's only within $100 of each. It might, on an average, it's within $100 of each. So basically, they're keeping it on a scale of separation, about $100 each between all of them. But as far as the prices on Micro Center, they really haven't changed much since last week. I really don't see that much changing on Micro Center unless they start putting out the new cards, which we're waiting to see. And we're waiting to see what kind of cards NVIDIA and all them are going to be putting out. So, but as far as I see in the prices are pretty much averaging about the same, you know, as last week. So I really don't see that much difference in anything Micro Center is doing compared to Amazon and Newegg. They're all basically sitting on their hands right now, and when it comes to the graphics cards, they're pretty much sitting still. Prices are fluctuating a little bit, as I showed you earlier in this video. So, you know, I mean, depends on what you want and everything else, but I can tell you this. For right now, all I can tell you, and I'm going to be honest with you, just hold on to your money. If you got great graphics and you're playing your games nicely and you don't need anything else right now, just sit on it. Sit on your money until, you know, the next gen comes out for everything, and then weigh your options after all the reviews have been done, and then go from there. But for right now, I really wouldn't. I'm going to tell you, I'm not buying anything. The only thing that I was looking at on the last video was the power supplies. Even though that everybody forgot that, you know, to look at the whole thumbnail and didn't see the power supply in the sky. Had a 1600 watt power supply floating in the sky coming down to crash into that PC and just become a monster of power. I don't know. I just had that envision. I was just envisioning that, you know, that PC needed a bigger power supply, more power. So that was kind of my envisioning for that thumbnail. But anyway, we made it to the end of the video. And before we go on, what I seen this week ain't no different than last week for right now, because Computex is going to be coming up very shortly within next week. So you might want to stick around for that. I'll do the best I can to get you on some live videos for these keynotes. And if we miss one, then we'll go back and we'll do a live on the recording of the keynote. But it's still the same thing, long as it's done within the same day. Okie dokie. Hopefully we got through all that nonsense. But make sure you all subscribe, hit the like button, and also to the notification bell so you know when I post next video. But until the next time and the next video, this is JJ, and we'll see you on the next one.